Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Joey Chavez. We're back here on another podcast at the Inkcon 2023 first annual Trusted Tattoo Gathering. We're super excited, and I'm super excited to have everyone here involved, but especially to have Cathy Monte sitting next to me right now. We've been talking this whole time. I feel like I've been taking a bloodborne pathogen test. I love it. It's been so fun. But honestly, when I first talked to you, like I told you before, I just want to thank you for how much of an impact you've had on my career and in the entire tattoo community, because you've done so much to help everybody learn and you know, make sure we're passing and dealing with the health department and everything's done right. Your sharing of that knowledge has been invaluable to our industry. I don't know how often people tell you that, but I must tell you now thank you so much.
I appreciate that. Thank you for having me. I appreciate that. I do work real hard for our industry. I love my industry, and I want to make sure that it's the best that we can be.
Put it a little closer, Cathy.
And
sorry.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
You're welcome. And well, I mean, you told me a little bit about like your journey and how you got into working with the health department and helping them. What are things that you think? I mean, what do you think is the most important thing that you've taught the health department in your time working with them?
Probably really what goes on to be a tattoo artist or a piercer, equipment and just the different things, how different our industry is really than anything they do. Majority of the health department are food handlers. They go in and they, inspect the food, and then they come in and they want to deal with us, and we're dealing with bloodborne pathogens, and they know nothing about it. So we do have, I've been working with NEHA and AFTO, and the National Environmental Health Association is NEHA, and right now we are training inspectors across the country. I'm not quite sure they'll be here in California, but we're going to be start to inspect, train the inspectors, so that'll be really good for our industry, I think.
Oh, absolutely. I think it'll be invaluable for them. I mean, one, to keep us safer, and to help us keep our clients safer, which is great.
Absolutely. We're doing a great job. Everybody's on board and working hard and trying to better themselves. And when we come to conventions like this, everybody can learn from each other. And I think that that's really our best value, is how much we love each other and we learn from each other. And it's really a great time.
Absolutely. And honestly, that love you do have for the industry definitely comes out in the bloodborne pathogen courses. You could definitely tell that you put a lot of time and energy into it.
Yes.
And again, I just want to say how much I appreciate it. You're very thorough. Like, I make sure any new apprentice that comes to my shop, anybody new coming around, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just going to take a bloodborne pathogen. No, you're going to take Cathy Monte's bloodborne pathogen, so that you could, you know exactly how it's done, all the way through, done right. I love the examples you use. You're actually using an actual tattoo shop environment for the class, whereas opposed to, some of these classes are some blank head talking or hospital environments. And it's just like, that's not our environment. Like, I love how you brought it to our world, and really cool.
Yes. I want you all to feel comfortable and at least feel like I think I know what I'm talking about, but I love my industry, and I want us all to be on the same page. And working with the health department and then trying to work with OSHA, it's like two different things, and trying to get everybody on the same page is really my goal. So that's why I attend all of these different regulatory meetings and do these conference calls, which really we don't get very far ever. If I miss one or something, I never really miss much. But just to have everybody on the same page, doing the same thing, that's what we strive to do. We don't want to be, telling people to do unreasonable things like they've done with you here with the buckets. You try to put on a classy show, and then you have Home Depot buckets in your show.
Home Depot buckets.
I mean, it's just a shame.
Get out of town, right?
Come on. It's a sad situation for sure. Education. We need to educate our inspectors, so they know what's going on. And we always try to give the regulators a free class if we can even get them on the site. And sometimes they come, but it's difficult. So
absolutely.
Always throw it out there, though.
Yeah, and that's something interesting that you brought up, because like San Bernardino County, they'd never had a show this size. They weren't aware of how to even handle it. It seemed like we were contacting them months ahead of time, trying to get it all dialed in. We thought we were good, but then they come the day of, and apparently we need 110 hand washing sinks in every booth, every other booth. It's like, horrible. How could we even do that? I'm like, we would be having a hand washing station convention.
Yeah.
Like, check out my hand washing station. You know what I mean? Maybe that's an idea. Maybe all the artists design their own hand washing stations
There
next
you go.
time.
Have
I
a
don't
competition.
know. We have a hand washing station design competition. I don't know. It's ridiculous. But I mean, we dealt with it. We handled it on very, you know, as well as we could. Unfortunately,
did a great job.
Thank you so much. And yeah, the show's been great. And we've had you know, it's our first annual. There have been a little bit of hiccups, but the thing about it is, everything just keeps smoothing out, like everything, and then we just keep having magical moments like this with the woman, the myth, the legend, Cathy Monte coming up here, hanging out with us. You know,
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And we were talking a little bit about the name, about, you know, how Trusted Tattoo Gathering touched a lot of people, and I appreciate you telling me that, because when could you maybe talk about that?
About the Inkcon?
Yeah, about the Inkcon.
Yeah, I love that name. I think that's a great name.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, when you were telling me like how Freddie, you know, because Freddie's a big part of the show, and you were telling me how you work with Freddie, and then you know how you work with Freddie, and how the little story I had about how once Freddie
Freddie's
said,
the reason why I stayed in this business. You know, when I got divorced with the big name, you know, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I tattooed a little bit, but it wasn't anything big, you know. And Freddie told me to sit down. This business has been embedded in my brain, and in '94, I went to work for Freddie Negretti, one of my first professional jobs. It was at Rat-a-Tattoo in Santa Barbara. It was great. And so
everybody
really
said that
my
shop was
mentor.
beautiful too.
It was amazing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was great. It was great. I was his day girl. He always gave me Tattoo Artist of the Month, because the boy, there was like 10 guys at night, you know, all fighting for tattoos.
Yeah.
And I would make more money than they would. So Freddie'd always give me
these guys, these knuckleheads.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Absolutely.
But it was amazing. Yeah, I've had a great career. I just enjoy and love my industry so much, and I love being here. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. And again, that was our goal with the gathering, to gather all the artists, you know, legends, new school, old school, bring everybody that really cares about our community together and see what can be created, you know. And I think we've been successful with that.
Oh, yes.
We've got one more day. We've got an after party at where's the after party? Nobody in here knows where the after party is, but it's after party somewhere. It's hosted by Solon. It's going to be amazing. But thank you very much. We got one more day. You going to be here tomorrow?
Yep, we're coming back.
Awesome.
Yep, we've got to bring more swag.
Heck yeah, we're killing out here. Well, thank you again, Cathy. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. And there's another podcast. We'll see you on another one. I think we got Chris Wynn from Wynn's World Podcast coming out. He's going to be interviewing the one and only Freddie Negretti. So that's going down pretty soon too.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. Yes. Cathy, I'm a hugger. I'm a hugger. Is that cool? Oh my God.
Absolutely, please.
Yes.
Whole mask stuff. Holy
Oh, right? 100%. Well, no, but if they, you know,